Okay. So what is about? So let's open paper, rock, or scissors, and I will use paper, rock, or scissors as demo to rock, paper, scissors. So for assignment 1, it is also imitation of TV show, but algorithm is not the same as assignment 1. Yes?
For testing, do we just like show that you play like rock or whatever, the computer will win or whatever, and take a screenshot of that for the testing? You said testing.
For testing, there is no screenshot. The test is code that you run, right? So it's not. For assignment, I'm not asking you to submit any screenshot. It is just code. Yes?
Do we clone it with the file?
You mean rock, paper, scissors? Or we clone it at the previous lesson?
The previous lesson I was not.
What?
Not curious.
If you didn't clone it at the previous lesson, please clone it.
From the link, right? The week 4.
Yes, it's week 4. So when you start this program, it starts with 3 choices. So in assignment, when that program starts, it's also imitation of TV show. It's like assignment 1, assignment 2 was also, yes?
Can you show us how to do the testing? Like I don't really follow, like are we supposed to hard code values into the program?
Yeah, okay, I'll show, but not right now, okay? So when a program starts, it's also imitation of TV shows. There are 5 choices. It will be 5 choices, not 3 choices, 5 choices. And what is inside, it's not known. It's like empty box, closed box. So you put some image, either like empty closed envelope or closed box, something not obvious what it is, or just display question mark. Labels also not meaningful. You can say box 1, box 2, box 3, or just box, box, box. Okay. It's probably box 1, box 2, or envelope 1, envelope 2, envelope 3, and 5 choices. So for first step, I'll display a message, pick your box, okay? And when user clicks a box, some box, next step button will be available. And again, it's 5 choices, not visible what, but labels will be like box 1, box 2, images, either empty boxes or closed envelopes. Just find some image or put question mark there as an image. Okay. When user clicks next, there is extra step. So compared to assignment 1, there is extra step. To make GUI, not just copy-paste from this program, so it would require some thinking about it. Okay? So next step. At the next step, TV host will open one of the not selected boxes. Okay? So next step shows to the user boxes, and one of the 5 boxes will be opened and it will tell the content. Okay? So there is a message from TV host that says, I opened box 3 contains can of tuna, whatever. Okay? So this is the second step. To make programming not copy-pastable from this, obviously. Otherwise, it is too much copy-paste. Okay? So next step is TV host is opening one of the boxes which is not selected by user. Like, if you selected box 2, it's a random box, open it by TV host and say, yes, there is candy bar there. Okay? And this box is out of game. So at the next step, user can stick to original choice, like keep the selection, or change mind to select some other box, but not the one which is opened, obviously. And click next. And after this, TV host tell, this is your price, other boxes contain this stuff. Okay. So this is extra step of the algorithm, makes logic more interesting, and also makes GUI logic also more interesting, so it's not exact copy-paste, but definitely you can borrow anything what you like. Just don't imitate exact thing. Yes?
Sorry, I'm confused. For assignment 2, are we doing assignment 1 but making
Again, for assignment 2, it's not paper, rock, or scissors. It is TV show imitation. Okay, end of the TV show imitation. So imagine some TV show, and in the end you have one winner, and winner about to pick a prize randomly. So it's like assignment 1. About 5 boxes. 5 boxes. When game starts, everything is closed. So it's like box 1, box 2, box 3, you don't know what is there. Or you put question marks here. When you select something and click next, next step of TV show. Okay? TV host opens one of the boxes, but not the one what you selected, random one. Okay? And says, I open it, message. I open it, box 2, it contains car keys, whatever, can of tuna, whatever. And yes?
Do you want us to make it so like when you click on and it changes the image to whatever the price
It is next page. So it is next page.
opens into next page?
Yeah, it is like here. You click here, it goes to next page. So it is next page, and on the next page, TV host opens random one. And you will see image of it, like you put some image there, like fish, whatever, can of tuna, whatever. Okay? Your choice, totally random one. Okay?
So overall, we are making an Android app from assignment 1, right?
No, it's not assignment 1. It's different game.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand. So on the first screen, you have 5 boxes.
Yeah.
You don't know what's any of them. You pick one of the boxes and then
Yeah.
move on to the next screen.
Yes.
And the host shows you what's in
One of
another box,
yes.
and you can either switch it or you can continue with
Yes.
the current box.
Yeah.
And then on the last screen, then it shows you your new
Yes.
box.
So at the next screen, you see content of the one boxes. You can change to anything but not open it box, or you can stick to original choice. And in the end, like third screen, so it is 3 screens essentially. On the third screen, TV host tell you pick at this, and other boxes contain that. So box 1 contains this, box 2 contains this. And so it makes logic not copy-pastable and GUI not exactly copy-pastable. Okay? But definitely you can borrow anything what you like from this program or don't want to re-implement. Change anything what you want, create project from scratch, but you can copy-paste. Bad idea is to copy-paste everything because it will be hard to change it consistently. So do it incrementally. First, make some radio buttons to appear on the screen. Make sure that they're selectable. So next, go to second page. Make sure that whatever TV host selects randomly becomes unavailable, so the user cannot select it. Okay? Make it gray, whatever, or show radio button disabled. But it shouldn't be selectable. Okay? So it's a challenge, definitely. Yeah. Questions? It is sort of similar, so you can borrow logic, but it's not copy-paste for sure. And last screen, it's you selected this, and other boxes containing that. Prices, again, doesn't matter. Pick some images from web, make it a reasonable size, so it's not like entire screen, or this, resize images, and how to deal with images. This program shows how to deal with images. Okay? So this is assignment. I will write it down, and I will post it before next lesson, so you will have about 2 weeks to do, because it will be posted on Tuesday. I already announced it is now. It is due on week 6, Saturday of week 6. So it is 2 weeks, essentially, and 1 day, okay? And it's definitely kind of creative. You can create algorithm of selecting boxes. So when a TV host open box, easiest way to make total random. Other choices you make, do some strategy, but don't make it obvious to user. Like obviously, because if TV host opens box of lowest value, and suddenly it is not the lowest value, user can figure it out. Okay, it means I selected the lowest value. So not obvious algorithm to a user. Okay. Well, easiest just to do it random out of not selected. Questions? Okay. No? So I will write it down and I'll post it. Since I spent about navigation framework, I explained this program without navigation framework, and it is simplest branch. And today I will explain navigation framework for use it in this program. You will see if we don't pass data, if we have just sequential change of pages, or just any kind of one-page system, not page inside of the page. It is relatively straightforward. But when you use it, a navigation framework, you definitely need to add libraries related to it. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. Questions? So next step is to explain how to do navigation with navigation framework. Also, at the previous lesson, okay, before we go to that next step, I will discuss other things. There's a quiz next week. And quiz 1 next week, it is week 5. It will open on Monday, and it will close on Saturday next week. Okay? And it will be 2 attempts anytime during that week. So it will record both, but grade will be the highest. Okay? So if you don't do second attempt, it will be just grade of the first attempt. If you do second attempt is lower grade, it will be still first highest one. Okay? So there is no point of not doing it twice. Okay? So it will be based on these 2 sets of slides that I will cover today, these 2. When I will explain it, it is video recorded, so it will be some explanation in case slides are not clear, right? But questions will be based on slides themselves. So you don't have to memorize my words. It is just comments to understand what this stuff means. Okay? So questions are directly coming from the slides. There are 2 of them, basic elements of Android API and introduction to Android architecture. And we already learned that using one-directional data flow, single source of truth, its principles in the basis of Android architecture. Also, there's layered structure, and it's a separation of concerns. And we will discuss it today in slightly more details. So this is about Android architecture. Okay? And again, questions only true, false, or MCQ. There is no code in them. It's only based on understanding of what is in slides. First set of slides is relatively, I did it probably like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago. And they didn't change. For the reason that that part doesn't change. Okay? That is a stable part of Android that doesn't change. So it is intentional. Okay, first one. And this is a little younger. I think it is done in fall of previous year. Okay. So next thing, before we go into discussion of navigation system, I will discuss these 2 sets of slides. And quiz will be based only on that, not other code, nothing else. Only these 2 sets of slides. Okay. So let's make it clear. Okay. After this, I will talk into paper, rock, or scissors. And at the previous lesson, we discussed that dependence view model can connect, can be as a hub connecting fancy business logic. For example, data coming from settings, data coming from web, data coming from local database. So potentially it is maybe somewhat complicated. Okay. So far we use it a view model for just storing state. And we use it to store state variables separate. We use it to store state flow. And we inserted state object into state flow. But that state flow was used as a container, updatable container, obviously. But it wasn't used as a flow. So I said that although we use state flow, we change content of the container, but it is not used as a flow so far, because flow part is used when data comes from some source, other data source, not just by direct inserting into this object. So for this reason, I would like to discuss this example that is using data from database, but database is postponed after midterm. So I'm not going into database. I'm explaining idea how a view model can be used as a hub, okay, of what is going on in it. All right. So also at the previous, since it can be used as kind of hub before GUI, we learned that it can have multiple dependencies, obviously, that are not directly straightforward to connect. So far, we had dependencies, some kind of like dice roller source, right? Or a game service. And it was easy to create because we just called constructor and assign as that object, right? But if we have databases and some network requests, network connections, calling just constructor inside of view model, it just doesn't work because those pieces are dependent on other pieces of Android system. So for this reason, linking dependencies of view model can be a challenge. And it is not just a challenge of dependencies of view model, it is dependencies of other parts of the system. So for this reason, Google started to recommend using dependency injection about like 6 years ago, about this. Okay? When I started to teach this course, it was the year when they started to recommend it. So it was a while ago. So they started to recommend using dependency injection system in Android. In about a year after that, it was year of COVID, 2019, right? They created dependency injection framework called HILT. Previously, they recommended Dagger, and Dagger is a Google product also. It was done for Java, and Java still uses Dagger because HILT is specifically Kotlin. HILT is using Dagger under the hood, so it is like beautification framework to make it easier to use. Today we will not use HILT. We will use part that Google also promote for simple projects, and they call it just manual dependency injection. It's not something like totally great thing to do, but it is a good idea to know because it is definitely simple, and if fancy thing doesn't work for some reason, just do brute force this simple way. Of course, it will be less fancy, but it works. So today we will see dependency injection, just the way how Google call it manual dependency injection. And I made example stack data for sake of demonstration this manual dependency injection into view model. And also there is a version of this program, I made it with dependency injection with Hilt. I will explain it later. Okay. Questions? So it is just, I used this as a demo for today topic, Introduction to Android App Architecture. Okay? So this is the plan for today. Questions?